For this video, we're going to go through a few more of our part modeling tools. We're going to use our hole feature and our threads feature. So for our hole feature, we can choose different placements. So we can do linear, concentric from a point, and so forth. Often we do linear and concentric. In this case, we're just going to place one in the center with our concentric tool here. We can choose our plane and our concentric reference, which is the outside of our circle. We can choose our various different types of holes. If we choose our menu over here, we can hover over the different types and it'll tell us our various options that we have. In this case, we're just going to choose a regular drilled hole where we only need to change our diameter. If we choose one of the other ones, like our counter bore or a counter sink, we give a few different types of dimensions here that we could change as well. But again, for this one, we're just going to do a simple drilled hole. So for this one, if we leave it at our 0.25 inches, we'll just have a hole through the center of our object. If we wanted it to be a little shorter, we could change it to a specific distance. In our case, it's going to be 0.75. Right, once we have this, we can choose OK. The other tool we'd like to take a look at is our thread tool. So if we choose our thread tool here, it'll take usually a little bit to load, but once it does, we can choose where we'd like to thread and actually begin to change the types of threads based on standard threaded screws and bolts that are available to us. Apparently there it goes. So for our face, for our hole, we're going to choose the hole we created for our threads. We can show that it's in the model, and we can also try and decide what length we would like our threads to be. In this case, our hole was 0.75 deep, but maybe we only want our threads to be 0.5. Right, this will change our depth for our threads. We can see in there. Let's say also we want to make sure that it doesn't start to thread for a little bit in the front. We could choose a specific distance here to push those threads down a little further in the hole. Our other options when we do specifications is we can start to choose various types of threads, but also different sizes and different threads per inch. So right now we're at 20 threads per inch. Let's say we wanted 40. If you notice here, they get much finer when we change our number of thread frequencies. We can also change which direction our threads are threaded in. Just changes which direction we're spiraling. In this case, let's leave it at right hand and we choose OK. So now we have threaded and created a hole.